Aloha and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Sakamoto Properties, where prestige is our business, reputation our foundation. This show is brought to you solely by Sakamoto Properties, and I approve of its content. I am Betty Sakamoto. With me here with a little chuckle today is Mitch Mitchell.
Aloha, Betty. It's always great to be back in the corner.
Back in the corner. Mitch has been with us for basically 30 years. We've been selling real estate up and down the coasts of Hawaii and having a lot of fun doing it, meeting some amazing people. And we're here today to try to fill you in a little bit on what's going on with the real estate market, what's happening with the things that are somewhat important to us, and just kind of touching base with everyone today. Got time for a quick hello there, Mitch?
Aloha, everybody, and thanks for listening. Betty, you have some statistics for us.
Well, a little bit. I try to not overdo statistics, but because, you know, we have people that are really gung-ho right now buying, which is fabulous. We're finding that more and more people are realizing that it's a great, safe place to be putting your money. In particular, we've had a couple of clients that are purposely moving money out of stock market and banks because they feel real estate is safe. They love Maui, and there are even people that are just doing it to hold it. You know, they're not necessarily looking for rental, which I think is a pretty exciting moment. We still have the people who are feeling like, oh, it's going to drop further, we better wait, the sky is falling in. And I think those people are really missing the boat. Going back to the statement that we've been making ever since the recession started, which was a recession is a terrible thing to waste. So let's all think about that. If you're thinking you want to buy real estate, the time is now. Sure, it may go down a tiny bit more in the area that you decide to buy, but so what? You know, I think it's more likely you're going to miss the market and then buy when it's on the way up, which is really crazy. But statistic-wise, I realized that last year on Maui, there were close to 2,300 sales. Now, this is a small island. That's a lot of real estate. That does include some timeshare sales. It includes the lowest price, the top price, and every category: land, condominiums, residential homes, etc. So that's an exciting figure. And then if you take a look right now, year to date, there have been about 360 sales already, and that's really statistics for 2 months. So again, I think that we're probably going to end up on a major high compared to last year as we go along now.
I definitely think that we are on a move for a new high as far as sales. And, you know, a lot of those, Betty, I'm realizing now are not short sales or foreclosures or anything. They're just people really wanting to get into the market and have a piece of Hawaii.
You know, it's true. There are people that are out there, and there have been for a long time, scammering to get a short sale. Many of them don't have what it takes to hang in there for a short sale because there's no given. You make an offer, it gets submitted electronically. Sometimes there's already 2 offers in ahead of you. You're making the offer, they're submitting them one at a time. And by the time anything's being figured out, you've already headed back to the mainland, you've missed your opportunity to purchase, and nobody knows what happened to the short sale. So I think it really is a difficult purchase to make and not necessarily the best.
You know, what I've kind of noticed in a lot of these short sales is that when they end up selling, they're selling at listing price.
In a way, that's true.
At value, you know, so if you think you're getting in for a real great buy by just only looking for foreclosures or bank-owned properties, not necessarily, because it's going to sell at very close to the market. A lot of people think, oh, it's going to be such a great steal. So, you know, a lot of these properties that are just listed not as a short sale, but listed for sale, that the owners are ready to move, I think are probably a easier way for you to go and find something you really want.
And a lot of those people bought at a low, whereas the bank right now is often stuck in there at a high, trying to do their best to recapture a price that maybe they're never going to get. But they're running them up because people bid against one another thinking it's the way to go. But again, Mitch is right, not necessarily the way to go. You know, one that I worked on recently, Mitch, I had some people trying to buy one that's a bank-owned property. They got totally into it. It was totally what they wanted to do. But as we came down to it, and then the bank coming back to us with something, all of a sudden they realized, well, compared to what else is on the market, this one's totally unfurnished. it really needs everything. It needs paint, wallpaper, it needs electrical work done, it needs a little bit of everything. So they may as well go buy one that's fixed up and pay $150,000 more and get what they really want.
Exactly. And, you know, there's no disclosure if it's a bank owned. You know, you can still do all your inspections, but, you know, there's nobody to stand behind it. So
no, it's really nice. If you're dealing in the state of Hawaii with your typical seller, it's required that there's a disclosure. Any of the real estate people working on these will let you know that the disclosure is very serious here. And if we're talking to a seller, I always tell everyone, you want to disclose everything that you possibly know or that you believe you know. If the roof leaked once, you want to tell everyone that it did leak. And then you did this and this and this to try to solve the problem. Because it's only going to be an issue for a seller if he doesn't disclose it right now. So I think in the case of a bank, Mitch is totally right. There is no disclosure. They don't know anything, and if they do, they don't have to disclose it.
absolutely. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons you should just regularly look at something that is listed on the market. And I'm sure we'll be happy, or if you already have a realtor, be happy to help you find your piece of the dream.
I got off a plane yesterday from Singapore, and I think I've got a little cough going on here, so I'm going to keep tossing this to Mitch when I realize that I'm going to cough, sneeze, or whatever. But another interesting thing, we spent a great couple of days in Singapore, met some amazing people, and definitely happy to be home. Anytime you come home to Hawaii, life couldn't be better.
Well, I'm sure happy you're back, because now I don't have to run around so much, and I can kind of spend a little more time on some of the other things.
Well, we had a great flurry while we were gone, Mitch, and you were stuck in the middle of the whole thing, but we had a couple of offers that were happening. We were in the middle of trying to close a deal that they always take a little massaging as you come to the end of the deal, even if it's just things like the cleaning, and the buyer in this case had to leave town in the middle of it, so we needed someone to be there, Mitch, doing the final walkthrough, being sure that all the cleaning was done, helping with the other broker, trying to schmooze the way through those final details, and keeping in touch with the seller who was traveling. So there's so many, or the buyer that was traveling by then. There's so many little details that come up just as you're getting ready to close that it's really an intensive moment. Of course, we had Joel Navarro, title guarantee as always, pulling it together for us. It was a fast 14-day closing, and in the end, everybody's happy.
And you know, that again was a property that the buyer had looked at everything, and this was one of the first things she looked at. And after running around trying to put some offers in on other things, she went back to her first choice, and lo and behold, you were able to get it for her.
You know, that's another, you're right, Mitch, that is interesting. It was one of the early properties that she looked at and did the same thing. She kept thinking, you know, she wanted a short sale, she wanted a deal, she wanted, I mean, because everybody today wants everything. And that's kind of interesting by itself. We all want everything. So she went through it all, made a lot of offers on property, and then in the end, went back to this one and made an offer, and she kind of stood her ground on it, and the seller decided it was great. I mean, it was all cash, it was a fast closing, and then we did the real estate shuffle and whatnot to actually pull off the closing fast. But again, it was someone that their first goal would have been short sale, bank owned, and she made a couple of bank owned offers, but the same thing. I mean, even if you get it under contract, or you think you do, it's not necessarily under contract, you know, so that the lenders still have this final say and can change almost anything that's on it at the last minute. And you can still back out, but then, again, it goes to the next person. But happily, she got exactly the unit she wants, exactly the location, exactly the view, and now she's going to put in motion a remodel, and it'll make it one of the most spectacular properties ever.
You know, Betty, talking about great buys, that golf villa that you and I have listed, 26P3 and 4. You know, it's a ground floor unit right on the world famous Kapalua Bay Golf Course. It's got great ocean views, great sunset views. It's really a steal, and it's listed you know, at $600,000, which is real close to where some of the 2-bedroom short sales are
That's right.
going for. So,
and it's a better view, better location, totally furnished, and in great shape. They did a lot of remodeling thing to it over the years. We've had a couple of offers, and we've been a little close, but the owners are a little tough on it because it's a property that they're attached to. But they should be. They've done a lot to keep it up to date over the years, and I think it's perfect. It'll be in great rentable shape if that's what somebody's goal is, to get it into a rental program quickly. So we're feeling that should be one of the next to sell, and it's available to see all the time. So give us a call if you're looking for the golf villas. We've got a couple of 1-bedrooms, we've got some 2-bedrooms, and we can really see to it that you get into something fairly quickly. And we can do a 14-day deal. So let's pull another one off, Mitch.
yes, you know, this is one that this time of year, you know, most of the villas and condominiums that are for sale are in rental programs, and it's impossible to get in if it's rented for your clients to see. Whereas this golf villa is unoccupied. The owners are original owners. They've never rented it, so you know we can get in there on almost no notice. So keep that in mind and give us a call at 669-0070 or my number 870-5548.
Or always remember, go to sakamotoproperties.com and you can get through our whole website, take a look at it, learn exactly what we're up to and what we're doing. And I think you'll find some interesting properties. As you surf through there, you'll find the places that you can get into the whole multiple listing service. So you can see all of our listings, everything that we've got. You can see the few rental properties that we have, which are short-term rentals. And we can help you get a place to stay here. Right now, the good news is that we're totally booked, as are the majority of the Kapalua condominiums right now. It's been an amazing, quote, season, and I think it's going to be interesting to realize that it's a happening. Do you know, Mitch, that I just learned yesterday that last month at Kapalua, the golf course has made more money than they ever anticipated. You know, so that I think so much has changed right now with Troon Management taking over. It's been phenomenal. You know, so that people are playing golf again, they're here on vacation, they're having a good time, and they're out there on the golf courses, which from the standpoint of television coverage this year, it was really exciting because every pro, every newscaster, everybody was saying that the courses have never been in better shape, and I think that's totally, totally true.
That's what I'm hearing from some of my clients, but as you remember, I gave up the game of golf about 8 years ago when my handicap kept going the wrong direction. It went up instead of down, so decided I needed to spend more time on something else. But yeah, hearing nothing but great stories of Troon Golf and the golf course, it's kind of exciting. As you remember, we were at Kapalua in the very beginning, and it's nice to see the rebirth and the new growth, and it's really kind of exciting again.
The golf courses they really are bringing it home. It's fabulous. The restaurants at Kapalua are unbelievable. We go over every so often in the morning and have breakfast at the Ritz-Carlton. It couldn't be a better setup to go there and have breakfast. And anyone that lives here should think about it from time to time. They have a KAOI discount, which is really nice, but they have a buffet, and you can order the buffet, but if you want something in addition to it, as part of the buffet price, they'll bring it to you. So you can have the buffet, but they would bring you an order of Eggs Benedict or some oatmeal or additional fruit. Anything that you want that's on the menu, they typically will bring to you as part of it. So for all of us wanting to enjoy any morning there, it's the place to be. You could go up there, have breakfast, walk around the resort, and really enjoy yourself, or go in and enjoy the spa there at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. So there's so many things happening at Kapalua right now that it's a good reason for all of us to get up there, enjoy ourselves, and enjoy Kapalua.
Absolutely.
Hey, quick picks.
Quick picks. Betty, I love that new listing you and Roy got down on the ocean. The little over 2 acres, a little under 3 acres, oceanfront.
In
it's a
Kahana.
long strip there. It has 3 older homes on it, which really are not what the value is. It's the unbelievable once-in-a-lifetime chance of getting the the ocean frontage there. It's really pretty spectacular. I think it's going to be really exciting.
The property has more frontage, and we need to measure that out. I know that we had it at one time, and I don't have it with me, but this property has more ocean frontage, linear feet, than you could ever imagine. It's one of those things, you've got to walk in there, you've got to walk on the property, and of course you need to call us to do that, because the homes there are occupied by residents, so that they really would not want people walking on the property if we're not there with them. But again, unbelievable property, listed at $13.5 million. And this is truly one that, when this is gone, there is no second choice. So if it's a property that you're here on Maui, you're thinking you want a property for a lifetime, this is the property. It's unbelievable. And price-wise, I think you're never going to see something like this again in Hawaii with the amount of frontage that is there. So, you know, it's an exciting moment. And give us a call, 669-0070, and let's get in there and have you look at the property, see if there is anything that you could use while possibly you're redoing, building a home, etc. So again, give us a call and look at the photos on the website. We're expecting some additional photos shortly. We went out there, the first day we tried to take photos, it was a little overcast, and it turned out that all of our photos have rainbows. So that every direction, it was a different rainbow, you know, so that every time you turn. So when you see it, it's just one of those great things to realize, to remember this whole rainbow thing on Maui, which is part of why we're all here.
And you know, Betty, another quick pick of mine is the listing that you and I have together in the Bay Villas. You know, 3.34 acre or 2.34 acres might be a little too much for some of us. So how about a 2-bedroom, 3-bath condominium right on the water? Oh my gosh.
30G 345?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that's a great property.
It's been difficult for me to get people in to see it because it rents so often, and but we can. The rental agent tries to help us, and so I think it's open the 13th and 14th this month.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. The one, it's listed at $1,695,000, which again, for the Bay Villas, it's a great deal. So again, taking a look at that, if you're looking to have an oceanfront property on Maui, some of these are pretty amazing properties.
You know, that's over 1,500 square feet.
Absolutely.
That's just a huge unit, all on one level, no stairs inside the unit, and it's right on the water.
And it's 1,500 square foot interior, so you also have the lanais added onto that, so for additional living space. It's great. You know, another one I was just thinking, somebody called after our last show and seemed annoyed that we said that a lot of people that buy these buy as second, third, or fourth homes. But that's the truth. They do. A lot of people that come to Maui buy a property, and they do have homes other places. But they come here because they love everything about Maui. You know, and they meet a lot of the people that live here, the people that work here, the people that are in the grocery stores and the restaurants. And they fall in love with that as much as the real estate, and that's why they're coming here. But they maybe have a home in Europe, or maybe they're from Europe, but they have something on the West Coast. That's how it is. But from the standpoint of local residents, we have a great property at 404 Aleo Street at Waihakuli. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Aleo, Lahaina, down in Lahaina. It's about 1,245 square feet of home, 7,518 square feet of land, and just 2 blocks from the ocean. So again, really great property and way worth taking a good look at it. So give us a call, and it is a perfect owner-occupant home. We have a great listing on Aina Kea at $470,000, which we've had some offers on now, and it appears that it's in escrow and that it is going to end up closing, but we've had a couple of people talking about a backup offer just to be sure, because it is, again, value-wise, one of the best values, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. But I want to get back onto one of the properties that always excites me, and that's Napili Point.
Yep.
You know, you and I have 7 listings there, and hopefully we only have 6, because I just brought you an offer this morning on one.
Yeah, we're going to
we'll
talk to the owner
We'll
soon.
work on that one. But it's a great rental property. Rod and his crew out there do a wonderful job of renting them and keeping them up. And you know, it's a great rental program because it has a little personality to it. And Rod's always there to help the owners and and you know,
Rod
when
has
they
to be
need
one of the
things.
best managers of a condominium development in Hawaii.
Can't slip anything past Rod, so
No, he's great.
right there.
He's amazing, and he does take care of the owners. He makes everybody happy, runs a fabulous rental program. So anybody that's buying will typically get together with Rod Kelly, spend some time with him, and he really will fill someone in on the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly. He will let somebody know exactly what's going on, and we surely respect him.
Yeah. So
Mitch, what about Pu'alu, Napili, the new listing? It's about almost 2,600 square feet, close to 12,000 square feet of land in the new Napili Parks, the subdivision, or not new.
Yes, that's
another
our
amazing-
listing.
That's our listing, Mitch.
5 bedrooms. It's a great house. It's right near the gully there. It backs up next to the park. It's a great little subdivision. Unfortunately, the seller is going to be leaving the island. He's been with us for many, many years, but it'll be a great family home.
It's
And
perfect.
It's very easy to show and kind of fits into the right category.
Yeah, the lot actually has access to, like Mitch was saying, it's a ravine area, large, very tropical setting, fruit trees, and the Napili Park there has a couple of tennis courts. It's got soccer, baseball,
Basketball?
I think basketball. You're right. It's got some what are the toys for young kids? So it's got little swings and spinner things. And it's really cute. I mean, a great place for grandkids and kids. And there's always people out there playing tennis or doing something. And you're just a few steps away from that at this home. It was built as housing for for Kapalua, quite a few years ago. So it's an amazing property. The house is great, well built, and it's something that I think, there's somebody out there right now. We've already had a couple of good showings, so give us a call on that one. It's listed at $750,000, and a great property, and a lot that size, almost 12,000 square feet, is really what everybody's going to want here. We're winding down pretty fast, Mitch. We've
Are
got
we?
2 minutes left, and it seems we
I've just started.
I know, there we go. Maybe we need to be an hour show.
No.
No, okay, we're
No.
not going to go there. Okay, well, from the standpoint of what we're all up to, I think we're all coming up to election time, and I think we all got to remember that, as we have in the past, we need to vote. So no matter who you're thinking, who you want to vote for, whatever you're going to do, let's all remember to be good citizens and vote. And
Betty, I want to stick a little something in here about
Yep.
Hale Makua. You know how
Okay,
much we
yes.
support Hale Makua.
talk,
I
talk
haven't
fast.
been on the show for a while, so during the golf tournament in January, I met Dana and Sue Klingman, who own Hanzawa's market up on Kapalua in Haiku. And, they're a marvelous couple. We were chatting at the golf tournament, and I told him I was on the board at Hale Makua, and he just couldn't stop talking about how great the employees are and how well they took care of his father. So
That's always
I
great.
just kind of,
Well,
so
we
Sue and I
definitely
stopped
all-
in the store, and it's really a great store. Anybody up there? Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Give it a go.
We gotta come to an end. But again, Hale Makua, amazing facility. If you need any information on it, call us, and we'll direct you to the right people. But meanwhile, we're coming to a close. Thank you all for listening, and aloha. And we've got Danny Couch back again. I love Hawaii.
Aloha.
We may use a different song next week. I might be
Cool.
ready for something. Aloha.